Did you know Christmas was once illegal? Yes, you heard that right. For over 2 decades in the 17th century, celebrating Christmas was actually banned in some parts of the world, including Boston. Puritans considered it an unholy, pagan-rooted festival. Anyone caught showing even a little Christmas spirit faced a fine. It's wild to think about, isn't it? But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to bizarre Christmas history. Let's talk about Santa's reindeer. We all know Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, right? Well, here's a fun fact. Based on scientific evidence, they're most likely all female. Male reindeer shed their antlers at the beginning of winter, usually by early December. Female reindeer, on the other hand, keep their antlers all winter long until they give birth in the spring. So, the team pulling Santa's sleigh, with their majestic antlers intact on Christmas Eve, would almost certainly have to be a powerhouse of girl power. And what about the Christmas tree? The tradition of bringing an evergreen tree indoors started in 16th century Germany. But here's the crazy part. They used to hang them upside down from the ceiling. It was meant to represent the Holy Trinity and was a common practice in parts of Central Europe. Can you imagine trying to put presents under an upside-down tree? It gives a whole new meaning to rockin' around the Christmas tree. Now, let's unwrap the story of candy canes. These sweet treats didn't always have their signature hook shape. Legend has it that in 1670, a choirmaster in Germany bent straight sugar sticks into the shape of a shepherd's crook to keep the choir boys quiet during the long Christmas services, the iconic red and white stripes. They didn't appear until around the year 1900. Before that, they were just plain white. Have you ever wondered about the song Jingle Bells? It's one of the most famous Christmas carols, but it was never intended to be one. It was originally written by James Lord Pierpont in 1857 for Thanksgiving. The song, originally titled One Horse Open Sleigh, was so popular that it was sung again at Christmas, and it just stuck. So next time you're singing it, remember you're technically celebrating a Thanksgiving hit. Let's shift gears to a more modern Christmas staple, the movie Home Alone. This classic film holds a Guinness World Record. It was the highest-grossing live-action comedy of all time in the US for 27 years, only being dethroned in 2017. The McAllister's house became so iconic that it's a real-life tourist attraction in Illinois, and the scary furnace in the basement. That was just some clever puppetry and lighting effects. Speaking of movies, what about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? He wasn't one of the original 8. Rudolph was created in 1939 by Robert L. May, a copywriter for the Montgomery Ward department store. The company was looking for a character for a free Christmas coloring book to give to children. May's story about the outcast reindeer with a glowing nose was an instant hit, and a new Christmas legend was born, eventually getting his own song and stop-motion TV special. Let's talk about Christmas feasts. In Japan, a traditional Christmas dinner isn't turkey or ham, it's a bucket of KFC fried chicken. Thanks to a brilliant marketing campaign in 1974 called Kurasumasu Niwa Kentucky, which means Kentucky for Christmas, millions of Japanese families now head to their local KFC for a special Christmas meal. They have to pre-order their chicken weeks in advance. And how about Christmas stockings? The story goes that the original St. Nicholas, a kind bishop, heard of a poor man with 3 daughters who couldn't afford their dowries. To help them secretly, he snuck by their house at night and threw 3 bags of gold down the chimney. The gold coins landed in the daughters' stockings, which were hanging by the fireplace to dry. And that's why we hang stockings, hoping for a little bit of St. Nick's generosity. Did you know that the world's largest Christmas stocking was over 177 feet long and 76 feet wide? It was made in Italy in 2011 and was filled with thousands of presents for children. That's a stocking so big, Santa would need a crane, not a sleigh, to deliver it. Let's go back to Christmas trees for a second. The first artificial Christmas trees weren't made of plastic. They were made of goose feathers that were dyed green. These feather trees were another German invention created in the 19th century as a response to deforestation concerns. It was a very early form of eco-friendly holiday decorating. Here's one that might surprise you. The abbreviation Christmas isn't a modern, secular attempt to take Christ out of Christmas. It's actually been used for centuries. The X comes from the Greek letter chi, which is the first letter of the Greek word for Christ, Christos. So, using Christmas is actually a very old, church-approved shorthand for Christmas. Another fun fact is about tinsel. The original tinsel wasn't the shiny plastic stuff we have today. It was made from shredded silver. It was invented in Nuremberg, Germany, around 1610. Because silver would eventually tarnish, other metals were tried. But the real game changer was the invention of modern plastic tinsel. It was much cheaper, lighter, and didn't tarnish. Think about all the Christmas cards you send and receive. This tradition was started in 1843 by a wealthy British man named Sir Henry Cole. He was too busy to write individual Christmas letters to all his friends, so he commissioned an artist to design a card with a festive scene and a pre-written greeting. He printed 1,000 of them, and the ones he didn't use, he sold to the public. And just like that, the Christmas card industry was born. Let's talk about a bizarre Christmas character you might not know. In Central European folklore, Krampus is a horned demonic figure who is the dark companion of St. Nicholas. While St. Nick rewards the good children, Krampus punishes the naughty ones. He's often depicted carrying away bad children in his sack. It's a much scarier version of getting a lump of coal, that's for sure. And finally, let's talk about the sheer scale of Christmas. Did you know that Christmas trees are grown in all 50 states of the US, including Hawaii and Alaska? It takes an average of 7 years for a Christmas tree to grow to a typical retail height of 6 to 7 feet. And each year, American consumers purchase around 30 million of them. That's a lot of trees. The logistics of Santa's one-night journey are also mind-boggling. To visit every child, he'd have to travel at about 650 miles per second, visiting over 800 homes every second. That's some serious Christmas magic. I hope you enjoyed these insane facts about Christmas. It's amazing how many strange and wonderful stories are hidden behind our favorite holiday traditions. If you learned something new or just had a good time, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I'd love to hear from you. What's the craziest Christmas fact you know? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy holidays.